My name is Jason Graffagnino, and I currently serve as VP for Finance and Operations and Chief Financial Officer at Truett-McConnell University. I've been here 8 years, came out of the corporate world as a CFO, but came here as a professor, serving here in a bit of a career change for a time. But in my tenure here at Truett-McConnell, I've morphed back into a CFO role, and in the last 15 months, I've served in this position. I want to talk to you a little bit about Truett-McConnell, who we are, what we've done, and where we hope to go. And so we look at the growth of the institution, especially in the last decade. We have grown to nearly 3,000 students, including dual enrolled, undergrad, grad, in a traditional sense, and online as well. Amazing that we started as a junior college in 1946, and we moved to an undergraduate institution in the early 2000s, and now offering master's degrees since 2014. So it's amazing to see what God has done and God is doing at our university. Each of our students, regardless of their major, whether they're a nursing major, psychology major, business major, education major, all are given and work toward what we call the Great Commission minor, which is a minor based on including Bible survey, theology, Baptist history, and evangelism. So regardless of their major, the focus is the Great Commission, and that's what we're about here at Truett-McConnell University. So we are excited to see the impact we're having on our students here, and that they're being sent across the world, whether they're working in churches or working as missionaries or working as nurses or businessmen or working in schools as teachers. They're having an impact for the kingdom, and that's what we're about. Speaking of what God has done through our finances and how He has blessed us, we're probably in a better financial position than we have ever been in our history. This past year, we were able to specifically pay down debt in excess of $2 million in the last 12 months alone. We've been blessed by a large enrolled class last year, and that has continued this year. So we're seeing the fruits of that, those enrollment numbers. And we appreciate the efforts that all of our staff have made to make sure we are good stewards of the funds that God has afforded us. So here in the NEXTGEN campaign, we're talking about looking about where we are, where we've been, but where we hope to go in the next 10 to 20 years. And we're excited to share that with you today as we look and see the opportunities that are before us as we continue to grow. We need more space with dorms for students on campus. We need more academic space in order to teach them. We need other facilities to enable us to continue to grow to be the institution that God desires us to be. So as we look at what is before us and what we hope to achieve, we want you to come alongside us and be a partner with us to help us to achieve what God has in store as we look to grow what began as a very small junior college in 1946 to now what God is doing here in 2019 and beyond. So please come alongside us as you look and see what we're doing, what we're about, the vision that Dr. Cantor has cast, our faculty and our staff really are a part of. Part of our focus here at Truett-McConnell is family. In fact, I was in a recent meeting talking about planning and strategy about those next steps. And as we went around the table, our faculty and our staff were there. And time again, they talked about the family atmosphere at Truett-McConnell, what we're about. And ultimately, we're about God's family. But here, we're about the family of Truett-McConnell and what we are equipping students to do to reach the world for Christ, regardless of their major. They're missionaries being sent out here. We want to encourage you to come alongside us, to help us and enable us to reach the world for Christ. The charge that God has given us as an institution is to impact that next generation. Won't you come and be a part of that with us?